Hey, Mr. Willis, and this is adding shapes in Adobe Photoshop 15. So shapes just has a tool right over here. Right now mine looks like a blob, and that's actually, it does not change, I believe, with the current Photoshop. So you'll click on this little tool here, kind of looks like a little blue thing. It's just above the text tool. Now once you click on that, you have some options down here, like with many other tools. All of our options are going to be down here at the bottom. They have a couple of basic shapes to choose from just in this kind of quick panel right here, so like an oval, a rectangle. Of course, with any one of these, you can set what the color is going to be, and you can always change that color later, so you're not locked in on any particular color. And once you have chosen the color, they also have different styles. So you see how they have ones that have like these beveled edges, or kind of like a shadow on one side, or that kind of stuff. I'm going to leave it just plain for this one right now. Once you've picked out a basic shape, you just need to come up here and click and drag to draw it, very similar to something like Google Drawings. Once you've drawn that shape, it appears as its own layer over here in your layers panel. By the way, if you don't see the layers over here, you want to see those, so you just click on layers down at the bottom to make sure that appears. And once you've drawn a shape, you can click on the the move resize tool over here, which lets you move that shape around. You can also grab the corners and resize it if you need to change the size. And when you're done doing stuff like that, hit the little green check mark. So that's the basics. I do want to point out before I go here though, when you do click on that shape tool, there you see it's turned to a rectangle because I drew a rectangle, but either way, just whatever this little blue one is. Along with the basic ones like the stars and the ovals, if you click on this one that does look kind of like a blob, they have custom shapes. And to choose a custom shape, right now you'll see it set on a heart, but I can click on that, and there are a ton. Like, these are all different categories. Like, there's objects that have things like this, there's animals, if I just go to all elements shapes, you can see how small this little scroll bar is because there are all these different shapes. And one of the reasons to use a shape rather than just going to find an image from, say, a Google search is that any of these shapes, they change color easily and they resize very well. When you sometimes find those images on Google image search, they don't always resize the best. These will resize very well. So that's your shape tool. There's tons to look at and explore with there. One final thing before I go, please remember whenever you add a shape like that, right now I've got this shape, it's on top. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and make it a little bigger actually, so it's even kind of more dominating there. But you can quickly rearrange that over here in the layers. So remember, everything is in layers here. If I were to grab, let me hit my check mark so I'm done moving it. If I were to grab this layer and drag it down in between the other two, you see now it's behind the W but still on top of the background layer. And that's where you really get some cool looks going when you adjust these layers, get all these different pieces to work together. All right, have fun.